Hello, and welcome to another one. So in this video, I wanted to talk about a little bit more about like what kind of content you should focus on specific platforms when it comes to gaming community in like year 2022, 2023 almost. Um, and this is coming from the perspective of a guy that's been running a mobile gaming community. So take that as you wish. But I think this does apply to a lot of other gaming platforms and PC games, console games, mobile games. Doesn't really matter in reality because people use these platforms as they will. So one of the things that I really did enjoy quite a bit was to give a lot of freedom to Reddit and Discord. So Reddit and Discord have been very very self-driven kind of communities most of the time. When I worked on PUBG Mobile, those communities also were very much self-driven. However, on Discord and Reddit, what's very important is that you maintain presence. As a developer, I think that it is very underestimated that the amount of time that you should be spending, underrated. Um, the amount of time that you should be spending as a developer or as a community manager on Discord and Reddit. Reading these comments and getting into the discussions, especially when your game launches, is the key to actually building the trust and building the tone of voice and the way of communicating to your players the way you want. So being on those platforms is really the key to showing to people that you actually care about your own game, that you love your own game, and that you truly are there for the players instead of just being like, dear players, here is the announcement, here's the patch notes, see you later kind of thing, which I really kind of hate. I personally never liked to use, especially Discord and Reddit, in a way where it's like just one-way communication. So I really like to focus on these platforms. While other ones, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, those are a little bit more one-directional. And I kind of do like to have conversations there, but it's really hard to pick out. And you can obviously highlight and pin comments and kind of like interact with a few, but game accounts on those platforms are very much kind of like for content consumption because the amount of content that comes in, it's very much overwhelming all the time. So instead, as a community manager, I do like to actually have a personal, work account, which is, for example, frame_supercell for my Supercell work. And I'm there on Twitter and Instagram. And I do enjoy running those accounts as my own kind of work accounts and giving people kind of like behind the scenes of what I've been doing or what I've been thinking and what's going on, and if I'm on a vacation, a few vacation photos and videos and stuff like that. And just kind of like giving people insight at like, what am I doing outside of work? And why is that important? I mean, you don't necessarily have to do it, but I do enjoy doing that because it kind of gives more depth into where you're at, what is your mindset, what are you doing, what are you thinking, stuff like that. So I do highly encourage that as well. One very important thing is, as I mentioned before, is to separate your work and very personal accounts. So because you are not going to eternally work for one company, and once you leave, it should be very easy for you to announce that you're leaving, and that people can potentially follow you some other place or not follow you at all, which is often the case. And so try to still have a split between the game accounts, your work accounts, and then your personal, which are like way out there, like don't even, yeah. So just that's your like family, friends and family. So to me, that was the best practice, but very heavily emphasize on creating relationships on Discord and Reddit because there, especially on Reddit, Discord, you can actually have a lot of interactions with creators, a lot of direct messages with people that you like, and kind of like just building relationships. Just building relationships with people that you enjoy hanging out with, the people that actually love your game, they care about your game, and giving them more tools and resources to do their best work with moderators, both Reddit and Discord, and giving them more opportunities to build the community that you want to build. So that is kind of like the brief overview. I don't know why I wanted to make this video, especially now, but I kind of felt really strongly about this. Because a lot of people do expect the game to kind of do the heavy lifting and kind of like everybody to self-organize and everybody to self-publish and self kind of dynamically organize. But I think if you are there as a presence helping out to people to actually self-organize would be much more helpful. On Discord especially, I love the activities, the polls, the votes, the games, the game nights, stuff like that, trivia, all that kind of stuff that people can make from the moderator team. But also on Reddit, having all the memes and posts and fan art is amazing. So try to promote that. And also, one very important and cool thing to do is that you should try to do is having Reddit posts that you really like cross-posted on, for example, Instagram stories or Twitter. And kind of like cross-posting this cool content that you find from different platforms does really help a lot, keeping the community really excited for all the platforms, because they notice that you are spotlighting these things on and off on official channels and other places. And so it is very cool to kind of like promote Discord on Twitter or Twitter on Discord and stuff like that. So cross-pollinate quite a bit if you're running all of these platforms. So yeah, it's a little bit of advice. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it.